Hello everyone, I'm Wisdom Cube and welcome to my first video of 2025. Happy New Year everybody, and today I'm going to be doing my top 10 favorite Family Guy episodes. Now this is my personal list, and if you guys have your own personal list, let me know in the comments down below. Now let's get started. Number 10, Long John Peter. This is the episode where Peter becomes a pirate after stealing a parrot on a trip to the vet he takes Brian to. And in the B-plot, Chris ends up falling in love with one of the veterinarians there named Anna. And all around, it's just a good episode. Number 9, Patriot Games. Now this one is a classic for me. So this is the episode where Peter meets Tom Brady and he ends up joining the Quahog Patriots football team. And from there, due to his shenanigans, he ended up getting transferred to another football team known as the London Silly Nannies. And yeah, it's just hilarious from there. And as for the B-plot, I think that's the most memorable part of the episode for me. It's where Stewie and Brian have a bet to see who wins the next boxing match, and Brian ends up losing $50. And when he can't pay up, Stewie beats him up severely. But don't worry, Brian ends up getting his revenge later on. Yeah. So on to number 8, Airport 07. This is the episode where Quagmire loses his job thanks to Peter, and yeah, Quagmire tries to find a new job, but he ends up being unable to do that, so he ends up crashing with the Griffins for a while. But Peter, feeling guilty about all of this, decides to help his friend get his job as a pilot back. Yeah, mostly I like this episode because it gives more character development for Quagmire outside of his usual antics. If you've seen the show, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah. Number 7, Baby Not on Board. A parody of the film Home Alone. Stewie ends up accidentally getting left behind when the Griffins go on a vacation. But yeah, it's basically Stewie trying to fend for himself when he's home alone, and the Griffins trying their best to get back to him. Yeah, it's basically like Home Alone, but with a Family Guy spin to it. Now on to number 6, Trading Places. So this episode is basically about Chris and Meg switching lives with Peter and Lois, because after that the two accidentally crash a dirt bike that Peter won, the two, instead of getting punished, decide to switch lives to see who has it harder. So it's Peter and Lois becoming the teenagers and Chris and Meg becoming the adults. And yeah, it basically shows both sides of the argument have their respective hardships. That's basically the whole episode. Yeah, it's a fun episode. Now on to number 5, Family Guy viewer mail number 1. This is an episode from one of the older seasons, and I really enjoy it. Also because of the sheer concept. Most like the Road 2 episodes that Family Guy is known for. I just like it for the sheer absurdity. The main 3 stories are as follows. What if Peter got a genie lamp? What if the Griffins developed superpowers? And what if the Griffins, the adults anyway, were little? Yeah, it's a fun episode just for the sake of being fun. It's not dark, it's not edgy, it's not even emotional, it's just fun. Yeah, so all in all, a fun episode. And hold on a sec. Okay, I'm back, sorry. But yeah, it's a fun episode, and I'm surprised it got a sequel. Now on to number 4, Save the Clam. Yeah, this one is really, this one is quite good. When the drunken clam owner, Horace, dies, Peter, Quagmire, and Joe fight to save the clam from being shut down and demolished. That's basically the setup of the A plot. Now as for the B plot, during Horace's funeral, Meg ends up getting a job where she basically dresses the corpses for their burial. I don't exactly remember what the title is for that job, but yeah. Eventually, Chris ends up getting involved, and yeah, shenanigans ensue from there. I mostly like this episode for the A plot because, yeah, imagine if the drunken clam was shut down. That would be an even bigger status quo change than Horace's death was. Yeah, imagine that. Now on to number 3, Untitled Griffin Family History. This is the episode where the Griffins end up sealing themselves in a bunker as their house gets robbed by a bunch of burglars. And in order to entertain themselves, since they're unable to call the police, Peter ends up telling various different stories about his ancestors, from cavemen to Germany. Just gonna stop right there. Yeah. Anyway, it's just a fun episode, and yeah, you can clearly tell that the writers really enjoyed making an episode like this. Now on to number 2, Dial Meg for Murder. Now, this is the episode where Peter joins the rodeo, and yeah, it goes well as you expect. But as for Meg's story, she ends up being in a relationship with this prisoner that ends up getting outed to the rest of the family, and because of that, the prisoner is like harbored by Meg and is eventually caught, and because Meg harbored him, she ends up getting sent to jail, and when she gets out, oh boy, it is on. Meg just unleashes her wrath on everyone. Peter, Lois, the kids at school, Brian, Chris, Stewie. Yeah, no one is safe from her wrath. And yeah, this is gonna be quite funny to say, but if you get tired of watching just episodes where Meg just gets treated horribly, like in episodes like Seahorse She-Show Party, or like the episode where Meg runs away and starts a new life, just episodes like that, I'm pretty sure you guys will get some enjoyment out of this episode, because it sees Meg finally standing up for herself and no longer being the punching bag, only like treating others as the punching bag for a change. And finally, number 1. Number 1 is Road to Quahog. Yeah, this is the very first of the Road 2 episodes. Yeah, and it's quite memorable. This is this episode where Brian tries to pick up Stewie from visiting his grandparents, and due to a bunch of shenanigans of trying to get home, they end up losing their tickets, their bags. They end up staying at a motel and end up getting chased out by its owner. yeah, just various different shenanigans ensue. And as for the B plot, yeah, Peter and Lois try to watch a relationship tape, and yeah, I'm not gonna spoil what happens there, but yeah. So there you go, guys. I think the most memorable I remember from this episode is the song. Yeah, the song at the end. So there you go, guys. Those are my top 10 Family Guy episodes. Yes, this is in celebration of not just the new year, but also in celebration of Family Guy finally returning to Adult Swim after so many years. A new age, I tell ya. So, what do you guys think? What are your top 10 Family Guy episodes? Just comment below, let me know. I'm WisdomCube, and I will see you all next time. I hope you guys have a happy new year, and goodbye.